Found out my parents left everything to my brother. I thought I was the backbone of this family. Turns out, I was just the bank account. I don't even know where to start. I spent my entire life making sure my family was taken care of. Bills? I paid them. Groceries? I bought them. Emergencies? I was the one they called. When my brother wanted to throw a lavish wedding, I funded it. When he needed help with his new business, I drained my savings to support him. I did everything, and I did it without question. I thought I was doing what a good daughter does, taking care of the people who raised me. But then I found out the truth. Everything my parents owned, the house, I still pay the mortgage of, the bonds, I personally financed, the investments. I add to monthly, every single thing with their name on it was written into their will. And my name? Nowhere. It all belonged to my brother. I moved out years ago, but not because I wanted to. My parents are African Americans and we've been living in the States for over 20 years now. In my family, daughters aren't meant to stay. We're raised with the understanding that one day, will belong to another household. A husband's, not our own. My brother, though, he never had to leave. He grew up knowing the family home was his birthright. He got married, and instead of building a life elsewhere, he simply brought his wife into our parents' house, as if it was always meant to be theirs. No rent, no bills, no responsibility. Meanwhile, I worked. I wasn't just building my own life. I was holding up theirs. When my parents wanted to buy that house, I was the one who signed the mortgage. When bills piled up, I was the one who made sure they were paid. Every expense, the repairs, the maintenance, the food they put on the table, it all came from me. Yet somehow it was never mine. I wasn't allowed to claim it, wasn't allowed to call it home. Not truly. Because a daughter's place was temporary, while a son's place was forever. I told myself it was fine, that at least my sacrifices meant something, that maybe in the end, it would be recognized. I never asked for anything in return, never questioned why my brother, a grown man, still relied on me to fund his life while living rent-free. I didn't even blink when I paid for his wedding, ensuring he and his wife had their perfect day, while I could barely afford one for myself. Because that's what daughters do. That's what first children do. That's what I do. But deep down, I think I always knew. If I wasn't giving, it didn't matter. I should have seen it coming. The signs were there, clear as day. Like how my parents never once called the house mine, even though I paid the mortgage. Or how, when relatives came over, they probably introduced it as our son's home, even though my name was the one tied to every financial responsibility. Or how, anytime I struggled, anytime I hesitated to cover yet another bill, they'd remind me in that gentle but firm way, family always takes care of each other. Or how if my brother messes up, like he always does, my parents would expect me to clean up after him with that confident tone. You're my first child. You should know that if he is running, it is left to you to chase him. It is up to you to bring this family together, and running from your responsibilities isn't going to do that. But somehow, I still let myself believe I was part of that family, that my sacrifices meant something. Until the day I heard the truth. I was standing in my parents' kitchen, running through payments like I always did, calculating costs, making sure everything was covered. Because who else would? That's when I heard my mother talking in the living room. At first, it was just background noise, until I heard my brother's name. We just want to make sure everything is settled before we're gone, you know, so he doesn't have to worry. I froze. My stomach twisted, and I stepped closer.